Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cloud Wars Minute. If you give us just a couple of minutes, we'll give you some unique insights into the greatest growth market the world has ever known. A company that is desperately trying to move back into the upper echelons of the growth category in the cloud is IBM. And when IBM reports its Q1 financial results on Tuesday, April 19th, I think they're going to report that their cloud business for Q1 grew 20%. For that might not be relative to some of the other big cloud companies a huge deal, but for IBM, that would be a significant step forward. There's a lot of things going on here. Let me see if I can try to break this out a little bit. In Q4, IBM's cloud growth was 18%. Now, this comes at the end of year 2021 when IBM had a massive distraction, a massive internal project in which they were spinning out their managed infrastructure services business, which they had called Global Technology Services. That's largely what it encompassed. And they spun that out into a totally separate company called Kyndryl. This has been going on a long time. I'm sure it consumed a lot of cycles, a lot of brain power, a lot of time, a lot of energy. Well, Kyndryl is up and out of IBM now. So Q1 that we've just finished, March 31st, that'll be the first quarter in which IBM hasn't had the Kyndryl project and the Kyndryl spin out to think about. A couple of other things that are into this. For that same Q4, when IBM said its cloud revenue overall grew 18% to $6.2 billion. In the software category, software and infrastructure, IBM said that its cloud revenue grew 24% to $2.7 billion. So that's a pretty nice target. And then in what had been IBM Global Services, now called IBM Consulting, the growth rate was even higher. It was 34% to $2.2 billion. So there you have almost $5 billion with growth rates in the mid-20s and mid-30s for IBM. On top of that, we had the disclosure earlier in Q1 from Howard Boville, who's the head of the IBM Cloud platform, about industry cloud breakthrough there for the IBM Financial Services Cloud, where Howard said that some of the things they can do now with IBM Cloud for financial services, they can reduce banks' total IT spending by 40%. We call this the billion-dollar breakthrough because that's the level of significant savings or a part of that big banks could use here. So you got some nice growth vectors coming into play for IBM here in early 2022, and I think that they're going to turn the corner. The other thing that's important about this is CEO Arvind Krishna took over in early April of 2020. Now, he came in at the worst imaginable time, right at the end of the pandemic, but he has had 2 full years to get things moving and turn around. He's cut off some, awful old parts of IBM's business. I think there's some others that he should look at as well, but mostly he's got the company tuned up and ready to go. So I think that, the market and certainly the board at IBM is going to be looking for some evidence that IBM is able to grow in rates comparable to some of the other Cloud Wars top 10 players. So my guess is that when IBM releases its number on Tuesday, the 19th, they're going to show 20% growth for the IBM Cloud business. Thanks for being with us here at Cloud Wars Minute, and I hope you have a fantastic day.